Hello, my name is Nicole Chanswang, and for my inquiry I have been examining the environmental sustainability of camping on the Ningaloo coast. I have been investigating what damage unregulated camping has caused to the natural capital of the Ningaloo coast, what challenges exist to the promotion of environmentally sustainable camping, and what action has occurred or may occur to promote environmentally sustainable practices. Most of the approximately 220,000 visitors to the Ningaloo coast use accommodation officially designated to house tourists, be it hotels in nearby towns, eco-lodges, or officially managed campsites which meet government-regulated environmental sustainability standards. However, there are also an increasing number of tourists who choose to camp in undesignated campsites. These remote campsites are located in the Ningaloo Marine Park or on adjacent land managed by pastoralists. Between 1995 and 2002, there was an almost 200% increase in campsite numbers at 2 remote stations along the Ningaloo coast. There is a growing concern among stakeholders that the growth in unregulated coastal camping is not environmentally sustainable and may be damaging to the sensitive coastal environment. In order to show how a growth in unregulated coastal camping can challenge the environmental sustainability of the Ningaloo coast, I have categorized concerns in accordance with Herman Daly's definition of environmental sustainability. Concerns relating to the use of renewable resources include damage to coastal dune systems, damage to coastal vegetation, the removal of firewood and vegetation for fires, and damage caused to endemic marine species populations by unmanaged fishing and boating. Concerns relating to pollution include the disposal of general rubbish and the disposal of chemical waste. There will be significant changes to the management of the Ningaloo coast in the future. In 2003, the West Australian Planning Commission began consultation with stakeholders to ensure future tourism developments would be sustainable. After 8 years of in-depth planning, 2 documents were released in 2011. The Ningaloo Coast Regional Strategy Carnarvon to Exmouth and the Ningaloo Coast Statement of Planning Policy 6.3. The outlined strategy is a long-term plan to reconcile unsustainable campsites and provide more effective management to prevent pollution. The strategy will not come into full effect for some time, and in the short-term management of much of the camping remains with pastoral leaseholders. The details of the regional strategy and in what ways environmental sustainability for camping in particular will be promoted is an area I intend to investigate further. I would also like to find additional information on the damage caused by recreational vehicles. This inquiry is suited to Years 7 and 8. It best connects to the Australian curriculum through the Science as a Human Endeavour content descriptors. Use and influence of science and nature and development of science. Students would be able to investigate the real-world applications of science. This investigation allows students to see how science and communities can work together to solve modern-day problems, and also provides insight into how science can influence human practices. Students could research the work of the Ningaloo Research Institute and the Ningaloo Collaboration Cluster and reach an understanding of how science contributes to decision-making and government policy. Methods for conducting my research have not changed since Assignment 1, with one exception. I realised that my initial topic was too broad, as much of the information available was relating strongly to social and economic concerns. After refining my topic to one type of tourism, I found a great deal of information relating to the planning of a sustainable tourism industry on the Ningaloo coast from the West Australian Planning Commission, and have also found the work of Sarah Rose Lewis, Todd Jones and David Wood, all of whom have an association with Curtin University, to be particularly useful. I found some of their research in the library database and have found other works using Google Scholar. I would have liked to be able to assess the success of the Planning Commission's regional strategy, but it is only in its very early stages, and not much of its planned work has been completed, and therefore there is not much information available on its success.